Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and this new series that I call Journey to Med, where I'm trying my best and my very hardest to help prospective medical applicants achieve their dreams and their goals by getting into medical school. So if you've seen my previous videos, I've done 2 videos about abstract reasoning for the UCAT, where I explain to you how I prepare for abstract reasoning, but also walking you through exactly how I find the abstract reasoning patterns. And so I was thinking to myself that it might be a good idea for me to do the same things with other sections of the UCAT. And today I'm going to be doing that with the quantitative reasoning section of the UCAT. So if this video interests you, if you like this type of content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video with other people that could benefit from it as well. So now that all of this is out of the way, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is how to prepare for the quantitative reasoning section of the UCAT. And to be honest, I don't have a really curated, precise, shiny list of tips for this section because I didn't like this section. It was difficult. I didn't like it. But I know that if I didn't like it, a lot of other people out there are also hating on the section as much as I did. And you're not alone. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. I'm doing my best to help you, even though I hate this section, and just watching these questions again is just giving me not good vibes, but it's fine. We're gonna make this through together. And so what I can only say for quantitative reasoning, is the fact that yes, I use the Academy, but also a lot of Medify to actually just understand what type of maths were needed, like ratios, percentages. And if you just look at Medify, it's gonna be enough. Medify is more than enough than what you need to actually understand what type of math skills you need, because they're not that many, they're not that numerous, so it should be fun. Medify is the first thing that I did. Yes, the Academy helped me, but it was not everything, and Medify is more than enough for that part of the preparation. Also, the Academy would sometimes correct my work and give me tips on how to approach the questions, but you can also do that on your own and ask your parents, ask your math teacher, ask other students that have done the UCAT previously to help you, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. And then the next thing that I did, which is probably not going to be what you want to hear, is practice, and practice even more. Because with this exam, the saying practice makes perfect, even though perfect is never attained, is the way to go. It's so time pressured that you have to put in the hours, you have to put in the question sets, you have to put in all of your energy and be disciplined to actually every day look at the questions, answer the questions, so you know exactly what type of questions always come up on the UCAT and how to approach them. You need to put in the hours so you know exactly what techniques work for you and what techniques don't, and find your own little tips, your own little quirks, find out how to use the calculator correctly and things like that. And the only way for you to shave off seconds and to become more performant and quicker with this section of the UCAT is practicing, because the more you practice, the more you will know how to approach the questions, and the more you will develop your own techniques, and also the more your confidence will rise, which is just all good things. And so yeah, my only tip would be to practice, and practice even more. So yeah, nothing too shiny. It's just very real. Okay, so now that I've rambled on for way too long, let's move on to actually answering some questions and me walking you guys through a quantitative reasoning question. And so the first question that I have for you guys is a tax question. I know it's not the easiest question out there. I remember the first time that I saw a tax question, I low-key panicked. I was like, wait, what? I don't earn money. I don't know even how taxes work. I didn't know that they were income brackets. I don't understand anything. And that's why I'm here today, to help you understand it. I'm going to try to explain the tables and how it works to the best of my ability. So yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that you can see here is the fact that you have a first column with the annual taxable income brackets, then you have the tax rate, then you have the total tax paid in dollars at the top of the taxable income bracket. Then at the bottom, they tell you the table shows the total tax paid on annual taxable income. For example, a person with annual taxable income of $60,000 will pay $4,990 plus 25% of $60,000 minus $36,250. I can breathe. And then the question is, Will pays $4,000 tax per year. What is his taxable income to the nearest $10 before tax is deducted? So before we even start thinking about the question, let me explain to you guys how this table works and what the example means, because once we have this, it's going to be easier to actually answer the question. So the first thing that we have to see in the table is the first column, which is the annual taxable income bracket. This basically is a list of income brackets, so from this amount of money to this amount of money, that people can earn every single year. So in the first income bracket, it's people that earn from $0, me, up until $8,950. And if your annual income is within this bracket, then you have to pay a tax rate of 10%. And then in the last column here, they give you, if you're a person that earns exactly $8,950, which is the top of this income bracket, then 10% of that is $895. So you would have to give this away to the government in taxes. And then they have all of the other brackets, and it finishes with people that earn over $400,000 in taxes. So now to actually precisely explain to you guys how this table works, let's use the example here. So let's say that I'm a person that earns $60,000 every single year. Where am I located in the income bracket? So I will be located in the third income bracket because I earn more than $36,250 every single year, but less than $87,000, $850 every single year. So now to figure out and understand what this part of the example means, so $4,900, etc. So to actually figure out how this works, let me just use my iPad to write down some notes and explain it to you guys. So let's say that the total income that I'm earning every single year, we're going to call it X, and it's equal to $60,000. Okay? And this $60,000, the X is actually going to be an addition of small x plus y. Small x corresponds to corresponds to bracket 2, because $60,000 is above the second bracket. It's above this one but below this one, so it corresponds to bracket 2. And y corresponds to the remaining amount of money that I still have to pay in bracket 3 that was not already deducted in the first two brackets. Okay? So now let's divide both of these, x and y. So for x, since I earn more than $36,250, all of the amount of money, x is equal to $36,250 because I earn this amount of money. I earn more than that actually. So this means that in the first two brackets, in the second bracket, I actually reach the top of the taxable income bracket and I have to pay in tax to the government $4,990. So that's the first amount of money that I actually have to pay to the government. So this is exactly why they'd say that you will have to pay $4,990 first, then plus 25% of this. And now let's understand why 25% of this. So you do realize that I've already gave away to the government $4,990 here that was taxed on the first $36,250 that I made. But you can see that X here, I've earned $60,000 in a year. So there's still there's still $60,000 minus $36,250, which is actually equal to $23,750 that was not taxed upon. And this amount of money here is actually the money that will be in bracket 3, because it's the money that is exceeding $36,250 and the money that I'm needing to actually reach $60,000, which is my income that I've made. So y, now we have this, which is equal to y. Okay? So x is $36,250 because that's how much I'm earning at the top of the at the second bracket. And then the remaining amount of money, which is located in bracket 3 here, is y, and it's equal to the subtraction of 60,000 minus 36,250, which is equal to $23,750. And so now we have to figure out how much tax I have to pay on this amount of money. And so if we look back on the table, they tell you that anything that's located between anything within the third bracket, which is what I'm having here, has to have a tax rate of 25%. So now I have to figure out how much money I need to give away within this bracket. I have to do 0.25 times $23,750, which is equal to $5,937.5. So the total taxes that I actually have to pay from my whole income that I've made here is $4,990 plus $5,937. So that's the amount of money that I would have to shave away and give off to the government as part of taxes. So now that we've understood this, we can now actually move on to answering the question. So the question tells us that Will pays $4,000 tax per year, and so we have to find out what is his taxable income. So do you realize here that in the example, they give you the taxable income and they tell you how to figure out the taxes that they have to pay. But now in the question, they give you the taxes that he has to pay, and we have to work our way back up and figure out how much money that Will is actually making every single year. And so to answer this, let's first look at the fact that Will has to pay $4,000 in taxes every single year. And $4,000 is above $895, but it's below $4,990, which means that he gains more than $8,950 every single year, but less than $36,250 every single year. Because if he earned less than this number, his taxable income, his taxes that he would have to give off to the government would be lower than that. And if he would be earning more than this number, his taxes would have to be above this, and this is not the case. So his taxable income has to be in bracket 2 and between these two numbers. So we can already eliminate for sure E, because it's above 36,250. And now what we have to figure out is exactly the same thing as we've done before. Just as in our example, let's say that the amount of money that Will makes every single year is X, okay? And X is a combination of small x plus y. So small x is actually what will be taxed in bracket 1, and small y is what will be taxed in bracket 2. Okay? And so since we know that the taxes he pays is equal to $4,000, and $4,000 is well above $895. So we know for a fact that Will pays $895 in taxes for bracket 1. Okay? But $895 is also the top of the taxable income of the bracket, which means that X, the amount of money that Will makes every single year, so the small x, is actually equal to $8,950. So he already makes this amount of money. So now to figure out the rest of what is his taxable income, we have to subtract the $4,000, which is the total taxes he paid, minus $895, which is the taxes he already paid for in bracket 1, with what we explained before. So we do 4,000 minus 895, which gives us $3,105. Okay? So this means that in bracket 2, so that's the taxes he pays in bracket 2. So that means that in bracket 2, he pays this amount of money. So now to find out precisely what is y, like what is the number y, which is actually the amount of money that he makes within the bracket 2 every single year, we can write this simple equation. So we know that y times 0.15 is equal to $3,105. And why do we know that? We know that because y is the number of money that will be taxed within bracket 2, and 0.15 is the tax rate of bracket 2. And we know that in this, he will be taxed $3,105. So the money that he makes in bracket 2, before it actually goes in his pocket, he will have to shave off $3,105. That's the first thing we need to talk about, and we already talked about before. And so now we can just do a simple rearranging of equations to find y, and y equals to 3,105 divided by 0.15, which is equal to $20,700. Now, if you look at the answer options, you see that you could click on A, but don't be too quick to click on A, because you remember that we wrote at the beginning that the total income that he makes, X, is equal to X plus Y, and X equals 8,950 and Y equals 20,700. So X is equal to 8,950 plus 20,700, which is equal to $29,650, which is actually answer C. Okay, so that's how you would answer this tax question. Okay, so the next question that I have for you guys today is this one, where I'm going to be answering this question. To be honest, I just filmed this clip, but I got it wrong. I fell into a trap. The answer is not B, so I will be refilming this again and explaining to you guys with the correct numbers. So let's read the question. The question says, a map of some farmland shows a rectangular field of 2 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters. The scale of the map is 1 centimeter, corresponds to 50,000 centimeters. Then they give you a conversion between hectares, meters, squares, and acres, and then they tell you what is the area of the field in hectares. So the first thing that I would do to answer this question is I would just do first a rough sketch of a rectangle with 2 centimeters by 1.5 centimeters. Then I would convert the centimeters that I have here into the actual real dimensions in real life. So they say that 1 corresponds to 50,000. So this means that 2 corresponds to 100,000. Sorry, and that 1.5 corresponds to 50,000 plus 25,000, which is equal to 75,000. Then I would figure out what the area is. So the area is equal to, length times, both sides. I don't know how you say it in English. Longueur fois largeur, which is equal to 100,000 times 75,000, which is equal to this number here. I don't want to try to name it because it's just going to take too long. And then let's now figure out, so that's in centimeters squared. So now I'm going to figure out what this equals in meters squared. So if this is cm, it's like this, then it goes to dm, and this. So if this is what I have here, I have 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I have to reach to the meters, I have to take off 4 zeros, so 750, 0, 0, 0. That's also 750,000 meter squared. So that's how I did my conversions. Pretty quick on the paper, didn't think too much because that's what you want to do with the UCAT. And then let's just convert it to hectares. So they tell you that 1 hectare, I think HA, is equal to 10,000 meters squared, or square meters, and I have 750. So what is equal to x? X is actually equal to 750 divided by 10,000. So let's take the extra zeros that we don't need, and this gives us 75, which is answer D, which is the correct answer. The answer was not B. The next question that I have for you guys is the following, which says, so you have a table which says a group of people were asked to taste some paper soaked in a weak solution of the chemical PTC. The table gives you some information about the results. So you have the number of women that can and cannot taste, men, girls, and boys, etc. Now they tell you in a population, 8% can taste neither PTC nor sodium benzoate. 74 can taste PTC, and 60 can taste sodium benzoate. I don't know how to pronounce this. And they say what percentage can taste exactly one of these two chemicals. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to work as if I was doing some probabilities and doing a Venn diagram. I think that's how it's called. So let's do this. Let me just first do like a rectangle that's going to enclose everything. So that's 100% of people. Okay? Then we have the first circle and then the second circle. So the first circle is the amount of people that can taste PTC, and the second circle is the people that can taste sodium benzoate, so SB. So now what they're telling us here is that we know that 8% of people, so outside, they cannot taste PTC and they cannot taste sodium benzoate. So that's 8% here. Then they tell you that 74% of people can taste PTC. So 74 will take in all of this, okay? 74% can taste PTC. And then they tell you that 60% of people can taste SB. But you do see here that we have kind of a region here that I'm going to outline here, where there's a mixture of orange and purple, which means that in this region here, people can taste both PTC and sodium benzoate. And so when they say what percentage can taste exactly one of these two chemicals, what they're asking for us here is how many people are within just this area here and how many people are within just this area here. So we have to be subtracting this area to answer the question. So to do that, let's do the following. So let's say that the percentage of people that can actually taste both PTC and SB are X. Okay, the number is X. So now let's do the calculation. We know that 100% is equal to 8% plus X plus 74 minus X plus 60 minus X. Why do we do minus X? Is because PTC, the people that can taste PTC also include the people that can taste both, and the people that can taste SB also include the people that can taste both. So we have to take them off, or else we're going to have a number that's over 100%, and we don't want that. So now that we have this, let's just do the calculation. So these two cancel out, then we have 8 plus 74 plus 60. I know that I could possibly do this in my head, but in the UCAT I was just so scared to make mistakes, so that when it was really easy calculations and it was just took me maybe 2 seconds to type it on the screen, I would definitely just do that because I just didn't want to be like make a silly mistake. So 142 minus X equals 100. This means that X is equal to 142 minus 100, which is equal to 42. So 42%. So now they say who can taste, what percentage can taste exactly one of these two chemicals. So now we have to do 74, which is the number of people that can taste PTC and that can taste PTC, including the people that can taste PTC and SB that are here. So 74 minus 42, which is equal to 32, equals to 32. Then we do 60 minus 42, which is equal to 18. And then we just add both of these numbers up, 32 plus 18, which is equal to 50. And the answer is D. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop answering questions here now. I know that I haven't answered to a lot of questions, but because quantitative reasoning is a section that demands a bit more explanation than abstract reasoning, when you're actually, going through the questions, I figured that I might just answer a few questions of different question types. So we saw Venn diagrams, we also saw tax questions, and we also saw like questions about areas and about areas. So if this video interests you and you've been able to learn things, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share this video. Also, please comment down below or contact me through DMs on Instagram if you would want me to do a part 2 and even maybe later on a part 3 with other types of questions, so you can know how I approach other types of questions that can also come up on the UCAT, because there's other types of questions with other different tables that are not relative to taxes. There's also time zone questions and things like that. So if that interests you, please leave a comment down below, and it'll be my pleasure to do it. And for now, I'm done. Thank you for watching.